it's Jenny from Origami Tree, and today we're going to be making a Totoro envelope. So Totoro is this little character. I'm not really sure what he is, but I googled it and it said he's really a mixture of like an owl, a cat, and like a raccoon, but I'm still not really sure what he is, or she. It's a he, right? It's a he. So you know, if you know this character and you're really familiar with it, leave a comment and let me know like what this thing is. But he's just super duper cute, so I really wanted to make an origami envelope out of him. And then also I wanted to make his little Susuwatari. So I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Susuwatari means wandering soot. So they're like these little black dust bunnies with like ginormous white eyes. They kind of remind me of like little fuzzy wuzzies or weeples, so I wanted to make the counterpart of that as well. So I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. I post new crafty fun videos all year round and I really don't want you to miss them, so just hit that button. It's free, it's fun, and let's jump right in. So to make the Totoro envelope and also the Susuwatari envelope, you're going to need some sheets of paper. These are 8.5 by 11 inches, which is just the regular size, you know, computer paper. And I'm going to be using 2 of them to make the Totoro. You definitely don't need this much gray paper. You just need sort of one 8.5 by 11 inch for the actual envelope, and then a little bit of gray for the ears. And then I'm also going to be using a sheet of white paper for his little belly, or really big belly. And for the Susuwatari, I'll be using the black and also a little bit of the white for the eyes. And I'm also going to be using some gel pens by Sakura. So I have 2 glaze pens. The first one is a silver and the other one is a dark sort of like a dark gray but kind of blackish but shimmery. So I'll be using these, and then also a white souffle pen which draws very well on dark surfaces. And of course you're going to need a pair of scissors to make fine cuts, and a bone folder is highly recommended, especially if you're going to be using thick paper. This one is cardstock, so it's pretty thick. Unfortunately I don't have thinner paper that I'll be using, so I'm gonna have to use this one. And lastly, we're going to use some glue stick. I'm just using Craft Bond glue stick by Elmer's. And now that we have everything, let's get started. So I'm gonna start off with the Totoro. You're gonna need your sheet of gray paper and also your bone folder. And the first thing you want to do is to fold it in half the long way. Crease that in. Unfold, and then fold this bottom side upwards about 1/3 of the way. So you're just going to fold up, and it doesn't have to be exact, of course, but you want to make sure that from this center point to this point over here is around the same height as this to this. So you're going to flatten that. And if you're using thick paper, sometimes the paper kind of wants to do whatever it wants. You just have to force it. Fold it down, and then you want to take this side and fold it diagonally like that to create a triangle, and we're going to flatten that. Do the same thing on the left side and crease it in. And now using this vertical line over here, we want to fold this over, crease it in. Do the same thing on the left side. And then unfold. So now you're going to unfold the 2 triangle pieces as well. And then using this vertical crease over here, you want to fold it over. Do the same thing on the left side. And then you want to take this point and you want to fold it diagonally to create a triangle. So again, if you're using really thick cardstock like I am, you're going to need a bone folder or some kind of ruler or straight edge to help you out. So crease that in. Do the same thing here. Crease that in. And then next you want to take the entire thing and fold it over. Do the same thing on the left side. So now let's find a center point between here and here. And to do that, we're just going to fold it vertically, but we don't want to fold the entire thing. We just want to make a little pinch fold right over here. So just give it a pinch and unfold, and now we have our center point right here. And then using the center point, we want to fold diagonally to create a triangle and crease that in. Rotate and repeat the same thing on this side. Create a triangle and crease it in. And then finally, you want to pull this point down and slip it into the slot over here. So you're just going to bring it down, slip it in, and once you have the whole thing in place, you want to flatten the entire envelope. So now that we're done folding the envelope, we're ready to give, Totoro his features. So you just want to lay your gray sheet of paper on top and take a pencil. This is a pencil that I got from Flying Tiger Copenhagen. So it looks like a bunch of peas. It's super duper cute, and it kind of like detaches too, so that's kind of nice. But anyway, you're going to take your pencil or your pen, and then you want to sketch out his ears. He has pretty long ears that are kind of thin, so it's going to go like that. That kind of looks like it'll fit, right? I think that's good. And then you want to do that, and then just sort of fold the sheet of paper in half so you can cut 2 ears at once. So I'm going to fold that over. And then take my pair of scissors and cut the ears out. And I'm actually not really following my pencil line too much because I kind of want to make it fatter than I drew it. So there we go. Once I have the little ears cut out, I may want to just soften it a little bit. So I'm going to go around and cut off the rough edges. And now his little ears are complete. I want to take my eraser and erase some of those pencil marks too. So there was one that had pencil marks on them. Gotta get rid of those. So now his ears are complete. And then next I want to work on his eyes. So his eyes are white and they are round. So I'm going to take my white sheet of paper, and then, you can just like freehand draw it, or you can use a compass, whatever you want. I think I'm actually going to freehand it because Totoro doesn't really look too perfect. So kind of want to emulate that. And his eyeballs are just circle. Just like that. And then you want to fold it in half, and that way you can cut 2 circles at once. I always like to do that because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy crafter. So I'm gonna take that and cut his little eyeballs out. Oh, so cute. Take my eraser and get rid of some of those pencil marks. And his eyes are complete. After that, I am going to take my glue stick and glue on his ears. So for that, I just want to dab a little bit of glue at the very bottom and tape it on at an angle. Do the same thing with the right ears. Make them more even. There you go, that's kind of cute. And then I'm gonna put on his eyes. So for his eyes, I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. So I don't want it, too close together. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. And actually, now that I'm looking at his eyes are kind of big, but whatever. Totoro can have some big eyes here. Put one over here and one on the left side. Hope he doesn't come out looking really weird. So now I'm going to take my pen and then draw his little eyeballs. So for this one, I'm going to use black. And I know I have to work on his belly, so I'm going to get to that. Not yet, but I'm going to get to that. Draw his little eyes. And then I'm going to draw in the whiskers as well, since I have my black pen. And so now I'm going to work on his belly, and his belly is just, kind of like a semicircle, and it's going to go right down here. So I'm going to take some of my white sheet of paper and sort of just, eyeball it. What I can do also is find out what the height of this is and then fold it down. and that way I have a better sense of like how high I need to draw the semicircle. So it's just gonna go like this. I'm gonna make sure it's not too big. It's gonna go like that. Something like this. Right? And cut that out. And as I'm cutting, I always kind of like to not follow my pencil lines because as I'm cutting, I'm also shaping. And then take my eraser and get rid of some of those pencil marks. And now I can round off the top a little bit. Round that off so it's not so sharp. And here too. Flip it over. See if it fits. And it sort of fits. It needs a little bit of cosmetic surgery on the left and right side, so I'm gonna make it a little smaller. In here. That looks good. Ah, and it fits. Yes. So I'm gonna take my glue stick and glue that on. Flip it over and put his little belly on. He's actually quite adorable right now. And then take my silver pen. So this is Glaze by Sakura. And you want to make, you know, a couple little mountains, I like to call them. Well, they're kind of like V's or pigeons or something. But there is one in the center. One off to the right. One off to the left. And then a couple more in the bottom. So I'm going to do 4 at the bottom. Or maybe 5. I do 5 because I can fit 5. And you can add some more if you want, but I want to keep the bottom portion a little bit more white because it kind of makes his belly look a little bigger. So now I have the Totoro one finished. I know he looks really odd, but I think it's because of his eyes. They're a little too big. But that's what happens when you freehand draw. But this is my little Totoro one. And then I actually have a Susuwatari one already done. Or rather, I just have the envelope folded. So folding the envelope for the Susuwatari is exactly the same as the Totoro one. And you just want to take a white sheet of paper and essentially, you know, do the exact same thing and put little 2 white eyes. So I am going to make some more circles, and maybe I could just use the template from this one. So I'm going to fold that over. And this is like a little life hack, right? Fold that over and then trace the same circle. There we go. So now I have the circle already drawn, and then there's not enough room here, so I'm going to fold that to the back. And this way I can cut 2 white circles at once, just like before. Make it look a little bit better. And the Susuwatari, they don't really have exactly round eyes, so I'm actually going to trim off some of the sides to make it more of an oval. So there's one, and here's the other one. Trim off the fat on the side to make it oval. And this one I kind of want to make slightly smaller too, so I'm going to trim a little bit of that off so that he doesn't have exactly the same eyeball size. So I want to put the bigger one on the left and the smaller one on the right. Turn that around and glue it down. Gosh, he's looking like a little ghost. So cute. Alright, so now I have his little eyes on, and I want to make the eyeballs. And for this one, you know, you can cut black circles if you want, but I do like to draw in eyeballs, so I'm going to draw in one right over here. And the eyeballs really make the Susuwatari. So one here, and then one right, sort of like at an angle. So once you're done decorating, your envelopes are complete. They're so cute and kind of like odd looking, but you can open them up and you can write a little message inside, or you can slip something on the inside right over here. And for this one, if you have a white gel pen like one of these, so this one again is Souffle by Sakura, and it is in white, you can even open it up and write a little message on the inside. So what am I gonna say? Maybe here you go. Dust bunnies rock. And then once it dries up, it should show up. So there they are. There we go. So you can't really see it, but you know, it's there. And once it dries up, it's going to be a little brighter. You know, it's gonna swing it a little bit. See? It's kind of like magic. There we go. Dust bunnies rock. So dust bunnies rock. Close it up. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that tutorial of the Totoro envelope and Susuwatari. Hopefully I'm saying those things right. I am not Japanese. I've had a couple people ask me. I'm actually Chinese and my family is from Hong Kong, so I speak Cantonese, just to answer your questions. But anyway, please hit that subscribe button and a notification bell right next to the subscribe button. I post new crafty fun all year round. Wouldn't want you to miss them, and I'll see you next time. Bye!